192. Third paragraph on the page. Okay, the Alter Rebbe is explaining that l'chayra, how is it possible that the Yidden accepted on Purim the Torah that was given before l'chayra? B'chlal, Avraham Avinu kept Torah. So what did Matan Torah accomplish? So he starts explaining that Avraham Avinu's greatness was holach v'neisah and egba. Avraham Avinu was the level of Ratz v'shev, the longing and the returning. Avraham was Ever Ma, the level of Bittul, like we learned by Moshe Rabbeinu, Koyach Ma, and Nachnu Ma. So therefore, Avraham Avinu had his beininess in the level of Yahalalu Shem Hashem, just repeating what we learned yesterday, that Shem Hashem, that the essence of Hashem is not even shaykh to praise, because it's completely out of the league. But the name of Hashem and Haydei, the ray of Shem, which is an Eretz Shemayim, that level is shaykh to praise. Okay. But La'atzad Lavei then is going to be a gilui of the essence of Hashem. So he says now, this greatness of this uniqueness of Avraham Avinu was super great, because of the greatness of his neshama, but not every person merited to have the ability of Avraham Avinu of halach and aseh anegba, the level of Ratz v'shev. The kach nitna Torah, therefore Torah was given. Ramach mitzvah saseh v'shaseh lo yisaseh, which has a level of Ratz v'shev. And he explains, Avraham Avinu in his own Aveda had the level of Ratz v'shev. He was able to, through his beininess and greatness of his neshama, go longing, coming. And every Jew is not shaykh to that level. So Hashem gave us positive mitzvahs, as the Alter Rebbe is going to explain, is a level of longing, wanting to be close to Hashem. What's the concept of a mitzvah? I want to become closer to Hashem. The level of Ratzah means he's longing to become closer to Hashem. So Ratzah is mitzvah saseh, v'shuv mitzvah leisas. And he says, and the returning is the not transgressing negative commandments. Why? Because what are mitzvahs? Mitzvahs are the vessels for Elokus to be revealed. We learned many times, why did Hashem give us 248 mitzvahs? Not 240, 230, 210, 1, 210, what? What's the cheshbon 248? And the similar thing is, because of that, by the way, there's 248 limbs in a person. Why are there 248 limbs by a person? Because by Hashem there's 248 limbs. So Chassidus explains what's the concept of a limb. The purpose of a limb is to be a vessel for that particular power of the neshama. Like the neshama is the power of sight, so for that the eye is the vessel. If it's the mouth, it's the mouth. It's the whatever it is. So what is a limb? A limb is the vehicle and vessel for the power of the neshama to be revealed through. And each limb has a certain uniqueness that no other limb has in the revelation of the power of the neshama. The same thing, what are mitzvahs? Mitzvahs are vessels. Abraham, you're going to get a ticket. 7 o'clock. I'm sorry, I thought looked at you. I'm sorry. So, the limb of a person, the mitzvah is the vessel, the vessel and the vehicle for Hashem's particular revelation to come into the world. The 248 limbs. Are the 248 limbs of the king. It's an interesting thing. You know, in the Chazan says Hashem Elokechem Emes. Or if you're davening alone, you say Ani Hashem Elokechem, Ani Hashem Elokechem. You have 3 words. So why do you have those 3 words? Because in Krishna there's 245 words. So when you add 3 words, it makes 248, corresponding with the 248 limbs of a person. That's what it says in Allah. So the Pasuk asks, so then why should a woman repeat those 3 words? Because a woman has 252 limbs. The Gemara says in B'chayres. So l'chayra, why should she? It's not the 245 is not connected. 248 is not connected to her. So The Minchas Elazar says that because it corresponds to 248 limbs of Hashem, not only men and women, 248 limbs of Hashem, so therefore everybody repeats it. So he says, what is a limb? Just like a limb is a vessel. That the chayis which originates in the head is led and manifests itself throughout the body. The same kelim veivodim. The same thing mitzvahs are the vehicles and the limbs. L'chayis and nimshach min ha'chochma. Aveirais min chochma natfa. The Torah that comes from the level of chochma. Shabam melubish erin baruch hu mamish, which in it is mamish the level of godliness. So what do mitzvahs do? Mitzvahs are the vessels that Elokus should reveal itself in the world, in the person and therefore in the world. Just like limbs are a vehicle and a vessel for the neshama's power to be revealed, that's the same thing mitzvahs. Prati. That's the level of Nasa v'nishma. What is Nasa v'nishma? Nasa is the Keli Basiyas HaMitzvah B'Peil Mamish. Okay? Nasa, he says like this. Nasa means the action of the mitzvah. Okay? And Nishma, what does Nishma mean? Okay, this means we'll hear, we'll understand, whatever. It says also, V'yishama Shol. There's a pasuk that says, V'yishama Shol Esa'om, Shol Lashon Asifa. V'yishama Shol Esa'om, there's a pasuk in Malachim that says that Shol HaMelech gathered the nation. And what word is he using? V'yishama, Shma, Shmiya. So he says, Nishma, Nasa means the actual mitzvah. Nishma is Lashon Asifa. She'isav is Hikamas L'Teichen. So through the action of the mitzvah, you gather all the sparks of Kedusha into the mitzvah. What?
If we go back to limbs and mitzvah, limbs make something happen. How does mitzvah make something happen? So I am giving tzedakah. That's a mitzvah. What type of thing I move?
Now you just moved godliness from a hidden level to a revealed level. In other words, very simple. The neshama is the power of sight. Right. Yeah. Okay. Now that power is not revealed. Okay. When you want to see, so then you bring down the power of the neshama into the eye, which is the vehicle, and now you're able to see. So what does the eye do? It reveals the power of the neshama that was there from before, but it was hidden. Now you reveal that power, yeah, or any other limb. So before a person does a mitzvah, that level of godliness existed, but it wasn't revealed in the world. The limb revealed, the mitzvah reveals that level of godliness, that now that level of godliness comes into the world. So you can say the hand gives tzedakah, so the hand now is the vehicle for that mitzvah, that now the hand is revealing godliness in the world. Just like the hand reveals within the soul the power of functioning, giving, whatever, writing, whatever it may be. So the same thing, now that hand, by doing the mitzvah, is revealing that level of godliness in the world. But in a very practical level. I mean, we don't see it now, what we do, but it happens. Okay, so he says, because in order for godliness to be revealed into Torah mitzvahs, is dependent on the action of the mitzvah, and the way it's actually fulfilled. In other words, an esrog on Sukkot has the potential of revealing godliness, right? But until you make a brach on the esrog and do the mitzvah, it's not happening. So the action of the mitzvah is what actually reveals the godliness in the world. If you have a lulav and esrog on the table during Sukkot, it's not going to do anything. You'll have a pair of tefillin on the table, it's not going to do anything. That tefillin is waiting for the Jew to put it on, and then the action of the mitzvah is what reveals godliness in the world.
The bracha or the action?
The action. Because if you did the action without the bracha, you still did it. If you made the bracha without the action, all you did was a sin. Huh?
If I put the tefillin without the bracha.
You still get the mitzvah. Person does a mitzvah without a bracha.
Without bracha, bringing it down.
You still, that's what you're verbally articulating. But this is, bringing it down is the action of the mitzvah. That's why, Moshe, if it's a question if you should do a bracha on a mitzvah or not, for whatever the reason is. So you do the mitzvah without the bracha. Ki ein or beli keli, because or cannot be without a vessel. K'neidim in yisedo eish, like an element of fire derech mashul shagbol l'mayla. Fire goes up, right? Water, the four elements: fire, air, earth, and water. Fire goes up, water goes down. Tachas galgal yirech v'afal pikei. Nevertheless, ein ameir b'laylo. It doesn't shine at night. Why? Fishal abba mimenu. Elam ein ameir, because the light that comes from it doesn't shine at night. Elam ken yesh davar lamata, unless if there's something down here. Shinachab. He says like this. The Alter Rebbe says in Tanya that the element of fire is under the rotation of the moon. Tachas galgal yirech. Now, so then at night, why isn't there fire? Because the moon is revealed at night, so there should be fire. The answer is there's no keli for it. The element of fire doesn't have a keli. The dailek needs to light it, like psila ve'etim, like a wick, wood. And then as soon as the fuel is finished, mistalik v'hoya like it never was. It's not called or fire at all. Light needs a vessel. If light doesn't have a vessel, it can't shine. Because
everything is a vessel.
Correct. But the vessel, different types of vessels for different things. And therefore he says, Layama'arit chosid. Yeah. The Mishnah says in Pikavas, and Amarit cannot be a chosid. Chosid ubam midas su'ava v'hi bechinas or. Because the base bamim is the numerical value of Yahav. I'll explain in a second. If he actually is gili or ava, unless there'll be a keli, and that keli is through Torah mitzvahs. In other words, it says like this: Or aleph of reish is 207, which is the same numerical as the word roz, secret. But Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, or twice or 207 twice is the numerical value of Yohafta. Is 414. Okay? So, but you must have a keli. You can't have a Av unless there's a keli. And what is the keli? For godliness in the world, Torah mitzvahs. So therefore, a person who's an Amaretz who doesn't know how to do the mitzvah, so then he's not a keli. Mashenkin Amaretz, because he doesn't have that vessel, so therefore he can't be a chosid. A chosid is one who does Torah mitzvahs out of love of Hashem, fear of Hashem.
Teshuva is a keli.
Teshuva is a keli. But the keli, yeah, when Amaris does teshuva. But first, you need to know that you did something wrong. Then you could do teshuva. If you didn't know you did something wrong, how in the world can you do teshuva? Generally speaking, a mother can be a chotzit. First, so he can't do tshuva either because he doesn't know he sinned.